Hello, my people. Today we're gonna talk about how some Africans misunderstood group behavior. You know what group behavior means and how it impacts them on how they should look out for group behavior. Like if a country is run by stupid people, you know, you as a person there, it will affect you. You know, I mean, you can consider yourself half stupid as well, because you know, by chance you fall victim to this stupid people's government. You know, and we have lots of people that when we talk about group behavior, they don't know what we're talking, like what it means. You know, they just maybe they downplay it or stuff like that. Like I'm gonna illustrate it with an example. Like if a country in Africa and they tell you that, like you hear that this country is corrupt. I'm not talking about you hear that they are corrupt by maybe Western media, but from the people from that live in that country, they are saying that the country is corrupt, which means when they say the country is corrupt, they mean that the leadership, the leadership is corrupt. But what I'm talking about group behavior is that when a country, people are saying that a country maybe in Africa is corrupt, and because and some people, like, you know, some Africans maybe is naive, they don't understand what group behavior means. They will think that it's just the leadership alone that is corrupt. You know, that you know, this corrupt country is run by corrupt individuals. You know, but the problem is that if a country is corrupt, like the government is totally corrupt, you know, everything, all their the organ of governance are corrupt. It means that that country, you know, it means that that country, if there are, let's say, 50 million in population, that country in Africa or somewhere else, I'm just using as an illustration, and they say that the country is corrupt, and people people in the country are saying they are corrupt, but they are focusing on the leadership. And you, as an African, you think like, oh, when they say it's corrupt, I think maybe it's those that are in charge of that country are corrupt. There's problem with just tagging this corruption to these people, this minority, because in every country there's always a minority of people that are in leadership. Everybody cannot be a leader or be in a government position, and you attack that corruption to just few of these government officials or those in politics or politicians or representative or president. You tie it to them. The problem is that you are wrong. Just tie this corrupt country to just a few people in leadership positions, because what's happening is that when a country is corrupt, is corrupt. Is from toe from toe to head. You know, it's just they're just you can't just judge them by saying, you know, it's just few people in position, because these positions come from people. They come from people, which means that if a government is corrupt in Africa, the entire country, let's say 90% of them are corrupt. And I'm gonna give you example how to prove that this 90% are corrupt. Is that if like this country I'm mentioning in Africa that are corrupt, anyone, most of them, if you just pick any random any random person in that country, maybe put 10 and put them in a government position, just the first time, put them in that government position, I'll guarantee you that among these 10 people you put there, because they come from this corrupt system that have already eaten in the fabric of that country, if you put 10% of them in that system, 10 of them in that system, in governance position, where they can prove their corruption, I'll guarantee you that Among these 10 you put there in these positions, in this leadership, 9 of them will behave like these they're corrupt leaders. Maybe one might be like, oh, he doesn't behave like that. That's why I cannot say everybody's gonna be. I'm not gonna give like a tag everyone like is corrupt. There must be like a very few of them, which is this group behavior I'm talking about. If they tell you that a particular tribe in Africa is not good, like they are bad people, and you are naive and you think like, oh, they're just talking about a few of them, like or even like half of them. No, if they have this tag, this bad stuff, the tag in there, this tribe, you know, I'll tell you that that tag is true. If you're dealing with those tribe, they are bad. You know, even if you have two people there coming, like they're not bad, they're not like the other ones. Their level of wickedness, for instance, is not to that higher to the other the level the whole tribe have. So this group behavior, we should be mindful of it. You know what I mean? Like what is happening in South Africa. You think like this xenophobic attack in South Africa. You think you look at it. Some of the South Africans that are defending it say, oh, it's just minority of them doing this. You know, it's minority. It's not all of them. That some of them are not. You know, they try to. They want you to believe that majority of them are not supporting this. What's happening? But I tell you, what's happening in South Africa. About 10% of South Africans, especially the black South African I'm talking about, are not in support of it. Like 90% of them are supporting it. So that's why you have to understand the group behavior and how collective actions will affect you as a person. Peace.